In Becoming, Michelle also writes about a time period, a few years after they moved into the White House, when she was particularly worried for her family's safety. Donald Trump and other so-called birthers were questioning whether her husband was an American citizen, something she describes as mean-spirited and dangerous.
What if someone with an unstable mind loaded a gun and drove to Washington? What if that person went looking for our girls? Donald Trump, with his loud and reckless innuendos, was putting my family's safety at risk. And for this, I'd never forgive him.
It was much more about her and the administration and her reflections on what it has been like to be the First Lady.
I want to say something just about the racial aspect of this. I would like to know more as well, because, I can't forget that she supported her husband's birther conspiracy, the racist lie that the first black president was actually born in Africa. So that is something worth thinking about when one considers her rather progressive comments about racial reconciliation and the ugly history of racism in this country.
What is this with the birth certificate obsession? Did he ask to see yours when you met him?
I needed to put mine anyway, because if you want to become an American citizen, you need to put the birth certificate.
Right.
I have a birth certificate from Slovenia. And do you want to see President Obama birth certificate or not?
I've seen it.
It's not a birth certificate.
Well, it's a certificate of live birth,
right,
which they give. But Melania, if he insists on what he's saying, then no one in Hawaii can ever run for president, because they all get the same live birth certificate.
Well, but they need to have...
is finished, for example.
They need to have, and in one way, it will be very easy if President Obama just show it, and because it's not only Donald who wants to see it. It's American people who voted for him and who didn't vote for him. They want to see that.
But it's on display in Chicago. We've seen it on the internet. We've seen it. It's not the same as yours, but it's a certificate of live birth.
Well, we feel it's different than birth certificate.
All right. Well, I think you should give it up at this point.
Well, it's not him that it's bringing up. It's the media all the time.
I reflected on the impact of women's voices in our nation's story, and how proud I will be to cast my vote again for Donald this November. We must make sure that women are heard and that the American dream continues to thrive. Growing up as a young child in Slovenia, which was under communist rule at the time, I always heard about an amazing place called America, a land that stood for freedom and opportunity. As I grew older, it became my goal to move to the United States and follow my dream of working in the fashion industry. My parents worked very hard to ensure our family could not only live and prosper in America, but also contribute to a nation that allows for people to arrive with a dream and make it reality. I want to take the moment to thank my mother and father for all they have done for our family. It is because of you that I'm standing here today. I arrived in the United States when I was 26 years old. Living and working in the land of opportunity was a dream come true, but I wanted more. I wanted to be a citizen. After 10 years of paperwork and patience, I studied for the test in 2006 and became an American citizen.
It's been a huge part of the president's political branding.
We want to get rid of chain migration, ending chain migration. Chain migration.
Railing against the process where green card holders or legal residents can sponsor a family member to emigrate to America, paving the way for citizenship. Trump's tweet that it, quote, must end now, and his acid-tongued rallying cries rile up his base.
Chain migration. It's wrong. It's wrong.
But CNN is told this very process is how Melania Trump's parents just became U.S. citizens. That's according to a source with direct knowledge of Mrs. Trump's parents and their immigration status. The source says Victor and Amalia canals were sponsored by their daughter, which allowed them to live in the U.S. indefinitely, just what the president says must end.